Hey everybody, just coming in to talk more about the pencils that you use when coloring. And as I stated before, I'm a beginner. This is your spiritual colorist and diamond painter. So I'm trying to make my thing a little more higher. Okay. I have several different pencils that I color with, and I'm just trying out because, as I said, I'm a beginner and learning the difference in these pencils. You have the Magic Fly color pencils, the Faber-Castell, which comes with a pencil sharpener and also an eraser. You have the gel pens, which I have not used yet. And then I have the Brilliant B. These are my little ones I like the least. What I really like about the Brilliant B the most is that they are very sharp. And when you get them, they have very sharp points on them. I'm just starting to use these. The Magic Fly. And they're good when it comes to shading. I haven't used them a lot. All of these pencils were under at least under $20. Because I don't like spending a lot of money on anything. But, just like pencils. But learning how to buy the right pencils or watercolors for the right picture, especially when you want to really make it look beautiful and you're trying to enhance your techniques and learn. Faber-Castells, they work best. I like Prismas. I have them in my little bag over here. But only thing I don't like about Prismas is that their points are so small. And by the time we move it back a little bit, you're finished coloring enough in the page. You usually have to keep sharpening these kind of pencils because their points are so small. So you gotta like constantly sharpen them. Of course, I love my Crayolas, which I have these. I have the markers that you can use when it comes to different skin colors and textures. And I also have the 100 Crayolas. I keep some of my markers and pencils now in my little bags so that I won't have to keep going into the boxes and pulling them out. So I have a lot of my pencils and little things like these. And when it comes to blending and learning how to blend with these type of pencils, you feel the difference in how the pencil lays out on the actual, excuse me, my voice is going up, on the actual paper, but it depends. And I'm going to take out one of my coloring books. And how the colors look different. I did this page over here with some Prismas, and I'm not even finished it. But if you just test like the Prismas, I really like the way they lay down. So I took this red and I did a little coloring right in there, as you can see. And I'm going to try to color all of that in here. This is the Prisma. And this is Jewelry Box by my girl Hannah Carlson. The way the color lays down, you can really feel the difference when you use the pencil. So when you're a beginner, you're like, why do people have all these different pencils, and what does it really make sense to buy so many pencils and markers? Can't you just use normal everyday markers? And why are people trying to spend so much money? And I'm not an artist, So, I think people look for quality. And if you're an artist that draw, or you've been doing art for a long time, which I've always loved coloring and just bringing beautiful color to the page to see the beauty that comes out of it. And you can go on Facebook or any of these pages and see some of the artistic beauty of coloring that comes out of these pages when you're done. And it's mind blowing to me. Like I do diamond painting. As you can always see, my Diamond Art Club is always right under there. So, trying to let y'all see this right, because when you do coloring and you color, see my color, it's a core right there. But some of these pages, you can feel the difference in the pencil. Some of them are better with blending. Like I like the Prismas when it comes to blending color. That's another technique, or doing shading, which I'm learning how to do, and just bringing a lot of beautiful color to the picture itself. With chalk, they do a lot of backgrounding with the chalk pastels, which I have not used yet. But just being a beginner and trying to do different coloring inside of the page, and to make the the color really pop. I haven't did any techniques while I'm coloring. I'm just trying to bring the color out around her little crown, which this color is Scarlet, and it's a Prisma 322. And right on above her crown, you might want to make one side lighter, one side darker. I'll do that when I'm doing a lot of nature. But just trying to bring colors into the picture and really make it look, beautiful or different. You try to use colors that, are going to stand out. I like grayscale. A lot of people say when doing grayscale, you have to use the darker side for the darker color, the lighter side for the lighter colors. But when I'm doing grayscale most of the time, I don't even think about that. I just kind of do it whatever I feel like it's going to turn out, like practice mode. These are pretty good. But the Brilliant bees, I don't like the way they go down on the paper. And the only thing I like about Brilliant bees is that they have very long points. You don't have to keep coloring consistently with them. And, trying to get them a little right. Fabric Castle is really good. I like the way they are. A nice little tray. And they have a nice tip. They have nice long tips. And they have a variety of colors. And I like the way they lay down. I think they're pretty good with blending. So when you blend, let me see, I can do something on my book. I'm not really good at this, but I'm gonna try it anyway because practice makes perfect, right? So let's see what part y'all can see. I gotta get a bigger table and a little more better lighting. I'm going to bring this down so I have a little flatter surface. Okay. If you want to blend like the greens, you might have this really, what is this, green color. It's more like a grassy green. Or emerald, I like grassy green. And then you might try to mix it with a lighter shade of green on the other side. And you see, it might make the color look a little bit different. And then I'm not going to mix it at all on the second. I'm just going to color in there. Then I'm going to use this one, just plainly. When you want it to be a little darker, you press down a little harder. Not too hard, but enough where you can see the difference. If you can see the difference in those colors. Sorry, I don't know how well y'all can see that. But if you see the difference in the colors right there, the top part is where it kind of did the shading. And then in the middle was just the simple color. Then the third one is like kind of the first color I used, the green, and they're all different shades. And just blending and trying to get the shades right. And with it just different shades of green. Hope you can see that a little bit. But when it buying pencils, I say just go what you feel is best. I'm not an artist, but I have fallen in love with coloring and putting, really beautiful pictures to the page. And like I said, this is evening, so I always usually do this at night when I'm winding down. If I did, my schoolwork, whatever, everything I had to do today. When I wind down, I like to color. And adult coloring has really been such effective in such a time as the pandemic. It brings out the artist within and show you all the creativity that we can bring, into the artistic world, whether you draw or you don't draw. And it helps anxiety, it helps blood pressure, it helps mental health. And I have listened to so many people said by finding an art form to do, it has really helped them in a mental way, in a physical way. It doesn't take away your problem. I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but art therapy has a really therapeutic fulfillment in a lot of people's lives. For me, I started doing it when I was going through my stressful moments, as I mentioned on my other video, when I broke my tibia and fibula and had a very bad break and had to have 2 operations on my leg, in my left leg, which left me with a plate, a screw, and a rod in my left leg due to breaking my tibia and fibula around my ankle bone. And just doing it to take up the time and not to concentrate on the situation. It doesn't take away the problem, but it finds ways to really help you feel, just a little more better as the day goes along. And you try to cope with everyday life problems. Problems can't be solved by art therapy, so I'm not trying to say that, but there are proven facts that art helps people in a lot of ways, and music does too. So when we find people coloring and trying to do things to really, bring out their creative side, it could be not even that they have a problem, just they enjoy the art of coloring. They enjoy the artistic form and fashion that comes with it, and it's so high in demand right now, and I've seen it a lot. So I have some new books that I've gotten. I always tell you, as a spiritual colorist and diamond painter, I like to bring positivity to whatever I do, and I always say, do what makes you feel better. Make sure you are doing what makes you feel better. Don't try to fit into a crowd or a bubble. Do what makes you feel the best. And I am into natural health and wellness. And as I stated before, I'll have another channel later on that's going to cater towards my business in natural health and wellness. So that's like a purplish pink. This is mauve. This is my Prisma. What I don't like about Fabric Castle is that Fabric, is it Faber Castle? They don't have any names. They just have numbers. But I think they do have it on the back of their tent. Let me see. They have it on the back of there? No, I don't see. Oh, it's on the inside? No. They don't have any names for their pencils. And I like more so when they have the names written down for what color you're using. This is Jewelry Box by my girl Hannah Carlson. Hope I'm saying her name right. And I like the pretty picture of the woman with the headdress on. For me, I like to do things colorful. So when I look at something, I'm like, I'm gonna make this something like you've never seen it. So some people might think it looks strange. Some people might think it look good, but I like to do different. I'm always about doing different. And I like to bring meaning to a page. Jewelry is always something that stands out. I don't care how you wear it. It doesn't have to be, out there. We got to be blinging. But people wear jewelry for different reasons. I love jewelry. I love all different types of jewelry. But when we wear jewelry, it could be something that's very precious to us. And if people have jewelry that's been passed down, like from their moms or their grandmothers, and inherited something that someone gave you, is really a beautiful thing. Then you have people in other cultures that wear jewelry to represent where they're from, what their culture is. And when you're going out, you can wear conservative jewelry. There's costume jewelry. There's elegant jewelry. There's casual jewelry. There's all different types of jewelry. There's, tribal jewelry, which, like I said, other people might wear, depending on what tribe they're from, or when a person's getting married. They dress you up in a certain jewelry to know that you're the bride, and that they're trying to put on certain pieces to represent that. Just saying, okay, this is the bride because she has on the, the opal, the moon opal necklace, and it shows it's for brides. Every color has a meaning. I think everything has a purpose and a meaning. Now, I'm not about no other deities. I like to put everything into the clear. I ain't about being into other deities and things like that. But I understand everything can sometimes represent meaning, can represent positive things, can represent something that we feel personally, or has a representation because it's passed down from family to family. And it just shows off, our meaning that we put to things that have meaning, that have value to us. And jewelry can be one of those representations of how we value, what we're doing and how we do things in ceremonies, on birthdays. If we say, you pass something down to a family member, or when we give a bride something old, something new, some borrowed, some blue. I've also done wedding and event planning. So learning all those different meanings, I've always been into things like that since I was young. But yeah, this is like a really lavenderish kind. I don't know if I'm going to mix this with anything. I don't think I am. But because the chain is coming from the end, I wanted to bring it all the way across. Then on this side, this probably will be a different color. But yes, pencils. Some people are addicted to just buying pencils. They just love to buy pencils, and that's cool because I have been doing diamond painting since 2019, and it was when diamond paintings were on Wish, and they were on Amazon, and they were on AliExpress, and they weren't as expensive as they are now because the more people got into doing diamond painting, and they became more expensive. They, upgraded their prices. And I have probably done over 50 or more diamond paintings. No, I have done over 50 or more diamond paintings, and I never really got the really big ones. I always got the 30 by 40, the 40 by 40. But it becomes very addicted to buying it just as much as doing them. But I'm not going to have a whole bunch of diamond paintings just sitting around. I'm not going to do them. I have to, at least know I'm going to put the effort and then frame them. I think even these beautiful pictures can be framed. When I look at pictures, because I'm a writer at heart, I always see stories in my mind. Like about this young woman, getting ready for a ceremony, and she has on jewelry that represents her family history. I'm not into nose rings, but I've had my ears pierced. People get piercings a little bit everywhere. But I've never done anything like nose piercing. Never been interested in really having my nose pierced. That's like, if your nose start hurting, no. But yeah, I've had my ears pierced. And that's about it. We ain't going no further than the ears. But just learning how to blend and bring beautiful colors. I like colorful stuff, as you can see. Sometimes I can just do something all one color, depending on what it is. But this is, I'm sorry if you cannot see that too well. Those are different colors that I'm doing in the headdress. And this is a chain that goes around. And on one side is pink, the other side is purple. Then we have right in the middle, this is pink, yep, a little bit of emerald there. So we'll see by the time I finish this how everything will turn out. I did get 2 new coloring books because I like to see when things are on sale. And one of the things I like is something that has meaning, something that can be positive. And I loved this particular animation. It came out probably a couple of years ago. But when I watched this animation cartoon, I loved it. It had so much meaning, and it was one of my favorite animated cartoons. And it was the Avatar. Oh no, this is not Avatar. Sorry, wrong book. Duh. The Avatar. And it's a coloring book of The Last Airbender, and it talks about the 4 elements and how they were all once got along until the Fire Nation struck and caused chaos and tried to take over. And the Airbender is the one who has control all 4 elements, and he's the only one that can really bring peace to the situation. And then Aang, actually, when he's called to be the Avatar, he didn't want to be the Avatar because he was just a child, and it was a huge responsibility. And he leaves, and no one knows where he went because for over 100 years they had to suffer being war. And I thought that was like just, this is the most dopest to me, most coolest animation. It's on Nickelodeon for children, but I think that animation right there is just awesome. I love all the meanings behind it. You know, what fire means, the Fire Nation, the Water Tribe, and their airbending skills. There's a lot of Tai Chi in there. There's a lot of martial arts, but it has meaning. If you watch all the seasons like I have, you'll see the meaning behind it. And I probably will do some coloring in that. I had the other book I pulled out is because I've never seen a biblical coloring book. And this was one of them where it had different names of biblical characters. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And it was only $6 and some change, right? And it's on Amazon. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. Because, you know, everybody in the Bible had a purpose, had a meaning, had a lesson to learn. And even in the Avatar, there's so many lessons you can learn about watching. It has meaning, you know, to the whole story of how the Avatar tries to make peace. And as a young person, he just got put on a bigger responsibility, and he wanted to take on that responsibility. And I know there are a lot of people that probably, you know, when you're a child, whether you have to help your mother or your father, or you're left with a bigger responsibility, and sometimes you don't have a chance to even be a child. You know, you don't have a time to enjoy your childhood. Think about somebody like Michael Jackson, who, you know, was one of the greatest artists ever. But most of his life, that's what he did. He was an entertainer, and he never got a chance to not really be a child. And that came with a lot of sacrifices and a lot of hurt and a lot of abuse that he dealt with in his life because, you know, he never got a chance to really be a child and go places and do things because he was always performing. He was constantly doing music. And then as an adult, when people saw him liking things that, you know, as a man, they said, why you do that? Or why you do this? And why you like games? Because he never had a chance a chance in his childhood to enjoy it. So, you know, you don't have to be a child to enjoy childish things. When I think the things that the Bible says, you have to come to God first as a child. And I think sometimes we forget, as even adults, how to enjoy life, how to have fun, how to have a good time, not being immature and crazy and doing simple, silly things, but just learn how to, you know, like I say, my word, smell the roses. You know, enjoy laughter, enjoy your children, enjoy the company that you keep, and be able to laugh and have a good time, and just do things that make you feel. You know, sometimes, you know, they say put away adulting and enjoy life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because when we forget how to enjoy life, I mean, life can be hectic. We have responsibilities. We have so much going on in our world. We have to be aware of everything around us. But it's nothing to take time to laugh, live, love, and laugh, as the saying says, and enjoy, and be thankful to God for your small blessings. We don't have always everything we want, but being thankful for the things that we do. And I thought about that. When you try to run away from a responsibility because it's like just too much to bear. It's like, I don't want this. I really don't want this job. Anytime we have a great calling on our lives, there's always so much more responsibility to it than we don't know how we will be able to handle it. But God gives us the ability to do all things, and I like that Avatar animation. It's so cool. I love it. I could watch those and those Nickelodeon. That's one Nickelodeon cartoon I love, and it's like so many hidden messages. And I like that in a book they have different sayings that they say in the actual animation that sometimes they're positive messages and they're just things that they were saying along the way in the animation itself. So as we try to go day by day, because I'm always going to give you all a message. Take time to smell the roses, enjoy life. Responsibilities are not always easy, and for anyone who knows what that feels like, to have to sometimes carry a weight you don't want to carry, and you don't have time to do things you want to do. Take time to be thankful for the little things. It takes nothing to sit back and laugh and enjoy small things, whether you're playing a game, whether you're watching a TV show, whether you're just, talking to someone that you can joke with and laugh with and not have to be serious about every little thing and put aside all the, they say crazy adulting, the stuff that's going on in the world that we don't always want to look at. Like I said, the news can be very depressing. But when we learn how to be thankful and grateful, we open up our mind to a different reality. Mother's Day will be here soon. So, I don't know how many of you are going. I don't think Mother's Day is just, one day out of the year we celebrate our mothers. Or we should be thankful for them every day. It shouldn't be the only day you tell them you love them or you appreciate them. So, and I appreciate my mom. She's in Philly, and I'm thankful for her and her being a part of my life. And, if you have your parents around you, my father passed 2 years ago. And I always thank God for the life he allowed my dad to see and to be there for him as his caregiver. And, sometimes a person doesn't have to pass down jewelry. They can pass down their love and the positive teachings and the values that they taught you and the different lessons that you learned and that they help you get through. So we can remember people in so many ways and value and treasure things without them having to be materialistic. You don't have to have materialistic things in order to feel, you have something to pass down. People are going to remember you as what you represented, who you are, how you, had effect on people's lives, the kind of person you were, your character, your ways, your love, your energy, your vibrations. What did it bring into someone else's life? What did you allow them to remember about you? Because no one's perfect, but you have to live, learn, live, love, and laugh. That is my message. Time to live, love, and laugh. Because life is precious, too precious to be wasting. And there's so much color and beauty in the world that, learning these techniques as I'm trying to learn takes a minute. I'm not a professional colorist, so, but I try to do a little something, and I hope I'm going to get better. I'm most definitely going to get better at it. But I always try to bring you guys something positive. And this is Jewelry Box by Carla Carlson. This is one of her books I have because I love her. I have like a couple of her books. So, and this is the headdress. I'm not finished this young lady yet, but when I get finished her, she's gonna look so beautiful. And on the other side, I have the little, I'm not even finished this one. This is the dream catcher. And I'm not even finished it yet because I was going to color all in here. And I start going out. I was like, ah. So I stopped. But I was going to do the pink and what the orange represent and have different meanings. I was going to try to write those meanings of the colors around here. I might even give this a little poem because I think I have something going on in my mind. So maybe next time when I show it, I have a little meaning that goes along with it because I do have a little poem I had put together about it. But once again, this is your spiritual color and diamond. Your spiritual colorist and diamond painter. And I want to talk to you guys about the pencils and the coloring and the techniques as I'm learning. Surely but slowly. And I love watching all my wonderful artists on YouTube who encouraged me, inspired me just to do a little something, something. So, be blessed, everybody. Learn to live, love, and laugh. And happy Mother's Day if I don't do another video before then. And just keep your head up and know that God is with you. This is your spiritual colors and diamond painting, Tamika Lady Tisha. And have a blessed night. Bye.